that. Now I got to kind of remember her energy here. She has... I was like, did you see it coming? She goes, oh, not that day. Not that day. So I think it was something medical ultimately, but I think that it takes her down really quickly at the end, which makes it so we don't get a chance to say goodbye. I think that she had an issue with labored breathing, and I think that she was warm with cold hands, so something temperature regulating, and it just seems like something very... roller coastery right at the end is happening. Like there's not a lot of time for reaction here. She draws me a symbol of a house, so maybe she's at home, or I want to say like surrounded by loved ones, but I can't tell if that's in a good sense or in a traumatizing sense. But I definitely don't feel like she doesn't feel like she didn't get a chance to say goodbye. But you got the link? Heck yeah, get in there. What are you doing? Go wait in the Zoom. You're next. You know what I'm saying? Get in there. She's like, I got the link, and she's right here. And I'm like, I got it on my phone. You can go ahead and get in there if you would like to and just hang out. You'd be the first one. I'm so excited. Anyways, that's not what we're doing right now, Kate. Psh. Anywho, so Melissa, talking to Lisa. My heart beats really quickly. I feel kind of lightheaded all of a sudden. Yeah, I think this is something that comes over her, and I don't think we realize that something's wrong with enough essential reaction time. I think it affects her with her breathing, warm. She's very warm, but she has cold hands, mother figure. She talks about the way we're distributing her stuff. So like, let's say maybe she's a mom and you have sisters. And then she talks about jewelry we have in honor of her memory. And she goes, yes. Oh, Linda, sorry, I did not write it down at the beginning of this reading either. So I just wrote your name, as you know. And so she had said that, and yes, it was very unexpected. I was like, yeah, did you realize it was going to happen? She goes, not that day. And so I think that this is something that, you know, even if she does catch wind of it or know of it, I don't think she's able to stand in its way or stop it from progressing, if you will. What ended up happening here? I would love to know. Oh, she gave us so much. Holy. And then who is it to you? Okay, it is your mom. She goes, it's my mom, and I have her first ring. I have her first ring on a necklace. I love this. I love that she identified herself with that ring. And I love that she said that she's your mother figure. So what'd she end up having? Melissa says, my stepfather found her unresponsive, and she talked to her 3 minutes before and went to take her coffee, and she was gone. That is wild, because we even have another situation like the last one when Christy and Bruce and his woman went, wow, what are the chances you both just go out to check on them while they're doing their routine things, and all of a sudden you find them completely unresponsive? That has to be so absolutely wow. And then that's why she said we felt like we didn't get a chance to say goodbye, and why she emphasized that everybody was at home, and even though they were at home, they didn't get a chance to say goodbye, and that was wild. And she was always cold, and the doctor determined that it was a heart attack more than likely. And I'm like, yeah, it just seemed like I get really dizzy right at the end, unsure of myself. And then she said she went down really fast at the end. It was an underlying medical thing, but it's not something you can get in front of. It's just too late by the time it happens. Then it happens at home. We didn't get a chance to say goodbye. And then she talks about the breathing, upper chest. And then she talks about the way her things were just were distributed. And I think everything seems positive here. Everything seems fair. Everything seems like a done deal. So she likes who has what or what you're doing in honor of her memory as well, my dear. See, Melissa? And then she keeps showing me like specific signs of nature and like you taking certain signs and symbols as signs from her, and she wants me to validate that. Of course, we're not going to get so much nature in the colder months that we're going into, but she wants to validate the different ways that she's coming through to you, like coincidences or a specific song. And then I don't know if you guys were really close or not, but best friend energy. She kind of tells me right at the end, she kind of tells me that you're just, you were one of her best friends, that's for sure. Yep, there's been no issues with anything. She's just truly missed, and she absolutely loves that. It's how she makes me feel. And she loves the way you're choosing to honor her memory, and she's there each and every day. So it's just basically learning how to have a relationship with the new version of her, which is an energy version. So it's hard to see, it's hard to touch, it's hard to smell them, but we'll take any signs and symbols along the way that help us do that. That's for sure. You just moved in February and she passed in March. Wow, just emphasizing on that inability to say goodbye. She goes, "You did not do it to me." She goes, "Now stop that. You didn't just make me cry right into a heart attack." She says, that's what she said.